It's a Protoss from Europe. It is MaxPax playing for Psystem. For Team Psystorm, of course. I'll throw down that gateway here. And on the other side, it is Liquid's Cure. Now, going for a SCV Scout or potentially another block here on that natural. There's no probe scout here from MaxPax, at least not yet. Oh, he just misses the SCV. Wow, he just barely misses the SCV. What a perfect moment for Cure to come in. That was literally, couldn't have timed this closer. So he will get full health on this. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, MaxPax, you're gonna hate this. He's gonna take the third somewhere else. He has to. And Cure could make another one. No, he's gonna commit to only half health. We'll see this now. He's like, oh man, that's so much health. So he sees where the probe goes, and he will only deny this base, so that MaxPax has to take this as a third. This is where he went anyways, but like Cure did make him take that base basically. He's immediately going into Marines again, so we might see that kind of drop play that he showed us earlier already against Hero with like Stimulus Marines. In an early dropship after 2 bases. Probe's gonna come back here. This is so close though to the Terran. It's a little bit difficult if you do this against MaxPax because he likes to be so aggressive. I kind of need to see how many adepts he's gonna make with this when he goes into Stalkers. I think, yeah, he's actually gonna go to do these 2 adepts. He might go for a third one. Adepts are quite good against Hellions. They can kind of chase them, they do a lot of bonus damage, and Hellions can't really kill Adepts. Because the Adept just outbursts the Hellion by far. The one Marine though is not gonna have a good time defending this one. And he will go into a Stalker after the second Adept. So no triple Adept here. I think you need 4 shots with Adepts to kill Hellions. It's like 22, 44, 66 damage. Yeah, and then they're quite dead. Now 2 Hellions just walk into the main. There's no defense. I mean, what? Why? You know it's Hellions. And there's the third. So there's a sheep battery. That's okay. So we're gonna keep on watching the main for now here. So he does get another kill. He might get what? Oh my god, he's actually lining them up beautifully here. 8, and he does get pushed off that natural. 9 gets one more shot down here in the main, it seems. 9 probes did fall. For 2 Hellions. And 1 Marine. And an engineering bay commitment money, I guess. He did delay his own command center to do this though, so it's quite late. Just finish up now. 4 minutes. It's not usually when you see this. I mean, he has 2 barracks before that. He's actually going into triple racks. Huh. And there's no way that MaxPax has this information right now, and he has been getting, like, he gets caught off by this strategy way more than other people, it feels like, because he just doesn't get the scout. He still doesn't know what this is. This could just be, like, these 6 Marines, they're not that high in number, so you can kind of make this happen from, oh my god, he really wants to kill the Cyclone, but the Cyclone control is just a little bit too good, and he takes so much damage there. Now the Cyclone is gonna get repaired, the Stalkers won't. And there's the Robo on the 3rd base. So the Robo also is exposed. This is actually a very clever tactic by the Terrans, you have to give it to them. Just force out that Robo being so out in the open as well. I guess as a Protoss eventually you might want to have a Robo on the 3rd, but usually you want to have it in your natural first. A little bit more defensive. 2 more Hellions from the early game. No shield battery again. He's gonna get 1 kill. 2 kills. Let's count. That's gonna be it. Oh, he does allow him to shoot. Oh, and he just stop in this thing. I thought for a second he would drop off the cliff, but that didn't. That didn't happen. Thank God. Now the Hellion pilot might still be alive. He might be now there in that grassy area doing something. Cyclone is gonna try to catch these stalkers, but of course the Prism Micro is gonna counteract the lock-on very easily here. Still deals a lot of damage to these stalkers. Now DT Shrine here on the way. MaxPax loves this unit. And finally afterwards going into that AoE, so needs to do something with this. Yo Theory, good to see you. Hope you're having a good time. Gets the Observer. It's a nice catch. And the blink in happens. Kills the tank. It was a good execution there. That Stalker is bugging out, but only at 7 HP. Doesn't want to lose this. I don't think he lost one Stalker in this engage as of yet. But the lock-on that War Prism did happen. It didn't do anything though. But yeah, oh, there's no battle report in this one, so unfortunately. But he did still. That was a really good snipe in there on that tank. There's the third base being taken at the natural here. Additional gateways coming in and the forge. Charge is about to finish up. So things are starting to round out here for MaxPax a little bit. But there's the third base for the Terran. He has so much firepower here with his Marines that he's finally starting the medevac production. +1 of course. Does he have a scan? Yes, he has. He wants to pull it away. He only has one scan, I guess. Okay, so he prioritizes the natural. And he needs 10 more seconds. He loses that turret, he loses the tank, no repair on the tank, and the DTs are splitting up. This is not going good for our Terran player right now. This is not going good at all. There's the scan. He does not see the second DT, which is gonna kill an add-on here. Reactor, that's an expensive one, a long one to build. And he loses so many units, man. Look at that. 12 kills. Really good DTs. Now again goes for some add-ons. We do see a missile turret. And he's making a Raven. That's how annoyed he is by this. My god, even the lace that commands him. And then he picks up and goes away. This guy has like 20 kills. Wow. Fourth base behind us. This is looking so good for MaxPax at that point. Even though he locked so bad after that opening where he loses 9 probes. The DTs. They were enough to make it happen again. Look at that army. It's overstimmed. It is underhealed. He killed the reactor for the medevacs. He forced the Raven build time. There should be 4 medevacs. About to be 6 out right now. This push should be across the map. Well, nothing has happened so far from those things. The only thing that is happening is this base being taken. So that's the only saving grace here for Cure. Still keeping his chances alive in this game. But that looks good for MaxPax. Really gotta give it to him. His mid-game is just stellar. Now +1 is done for Terran, but he didn't start the armor yet. He has the money. He's peaking at 300 and 400. That's definitely more than you need. And the 100 for the armor. More than enough. MaxPax starting to gather his army. His +1 did finish up. He has the second forge online now. It's going into the 2-1. And Cure still not starting that armor upgrade. A little bit sloppy there. He's starting the second starport first. Gets an anti-armor shredder here into that thing going. There's the DT dropping with the zealots behind. Cure doesn't really have the units to split away right now. He's trying to make a stand here. He has a cyclone which will kill the prism, so the pesky prism is gone. And once he clears these units, the DT is in vision of the turret, and it's only zealots left at this point. I think he will make this work. There's one more DT in the third base. He didn't make a turret here. Oh my god. I guess he has the Raven, but well, then we see how that worked out. He's gonna run the Raven now into the army, so he loses it. Now he needs to rely on scans again. He's setting up some liberation zones, but that's a funny looking liberator position as well. He will make a stand happen, but it is 23 SCVs down. The bunker is gonna die. Like, you need to repair this and sell it or something. He does get the repair, okay. He throws down another turret. And there's another war prism. And there's the 5th base, so already done here for MaxPax. MaxPax is looking good. He's looking crazy. He's crazy cruising. Crazy cruising in this game here. Making that second robo now for the reproducibility of the Colossi. We do see the fusion core here, so we will have some lib range soon, and he's making more and more liberators, but he doesn't really have that many medevacs, so might get actually want to get that caduceus reactor first. There's going to be another drop of zealots here. No DT this time. No turrets whatsoever here. This pylon looks so juicy. There's so much on that. DT Blink coming online, by the way. 2, 3 on the way here. And on the other side, we finally see +1 only. So this is gonna be the... If Cure loses this game, it's gonna be one of the big factors. Of course, there's way more to this, but that is gonna be one of the big factors. Him not going into... Like, he's already fighting at a 2 upgrade disadvantage right now. And it's gonna be a 3 upgrade disadvantage very soon. Now coming in here, collapsing, and as you can really see that armor shine on those zealots. And that damage. Honkering down here on the Terran army, wow. That was some crazy DPS there. The Protoss is just overwhelming. MaxPax looking solid. Even though Kyo beat Hero, apparently he wasn't equipped to beat MaxPax. Not in that game, at least. So let's go into the next one. In the bottom left, Fold Republic, it's MaxPax. In the top right, we do have Cure. So let's see what both players are gonna do to each other here in this game, and who will come on top of everything at the end. This is not gonna be an engineering bay block this game, so MaxPax is not gonna have to deal with the pesky Hellion force that he kind of lost actually a lot of momentum to the last game. So this should just benefit him, right? We still need to see what Kyo wants to do, and as the Terran, the funny thing is you kind of feel like you have to make so many defensive tools in the early game. Or otherwise the 4-gate is just gonna overwhelm you. He's still off-centered this one. That's so funny. He's not gonna cancel it. So you have to kind of make all of these units in the early game, and then you have them sit there. And you don't want to just have them sit there, so you're just gonna do that attack. You're just gonna try to do some damage. And sometimes you'll just commit them. But it's always risky, because you're then missing the units eventually for a follow-up counterattack. And if you don't deal the damage you need to do, you're setting yourself really far behind. But on the other hand, you're like, man, do I really need 6 more Marines against Stalkers that kite me to death anyways, right? So it's really like where you wanna, how you wanna push, at what timing you wanna push, and kind of those things as the Terran here against the Protoss. Your thought process behind that and how you wanna deal with those things. On the other side, the Protoss, well, he just wants to ape you down. Twilight Council, of course, gonna be for Blink here, and then Charge eventually. The Forges are gonna come in online, and we'll have to wait and see if he wants to go into Storm this game. He did go into the Colossi last game. We do see only one. No, there's the second Adept. So this is 2 Adepts here again. It doesn't have a kill yet on these Adepts. And there's again double Hellion. But he will lose the Hellion. Oh no, it dies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so they have 5 shots. Ah! He loses both Hellions. That's painful. And the Marine. Oh, but then he gets stuck. Oh, one more tick from the SCV. Oh! The revenge. Revenge of the people. Now he has to lift this, unfortunately. So 1 is gonna go the in. Ah, he fixed it. Okay. Gateway number 2 is done. Only 2 gates here. And to the 3rd base. So skipping the 3rd gate, going into a faster 3rd base. Like to see this. Going a little bit more greedy here. After having such a nice opening there against the Hellions. But 4 Widow Mines are gonna be dropped. It's still good for him that he went into that Nexus first, though, it feels like. Oh, 1 is gonna walk. 1 is gonna walk into the natural. So he wants to draw all of the Stalkers into the main. And then he walks into the natural and kills him. See? The Stalkers are gonna walk away, the Widowmine walks in. He drops 3 here, the 1 over there. It's gonna get shut down before it can burrow. And the medevac is gonna get boxed in as well. He does lose a Stalker though, so that's okay. To get 1. But honestly, this was not a great drop. Yeah. That totally backfired. Look at that. He loses 1 Stalker. 4 Widow Mines and a medevac. Yes, I'll take that trade any day. It's very close to the perfect defense. This guy is lifted. He's waiting for the barracks. And there's the 3rd command center. Now, Cure's opening in the last game did really well. Now this game it's actually backfiring. To the point where he hurt himself. He doesn't have a medevac right now, if I see this correctly. He has the auto turret again. So he's like, alright, let's do the Raven thing again. Which we did against Hero. Let's get 18 kills on the Raven here. He gets the first 2. The Raven tanks a lot of damage there. Gets another one. He sees the observer. He's gonna snipe this one. And there's a double drop. Being picked up here right now from Cure. Trying to go through the north corridor. It might hit this warp prism and, well, he's actually unloading. So yes, I think he will catch the prism. That might be really, really tricky here. No, he's gonna miss it. Oh no, this could have been the play here for Cure. He's trying to circumvent these Stalkers. The Stalkers don't know where this is yet. He sees the stim in the shadow, but he doesn't actually see it, so he will get killed off. No concussives, but he still loses all 4 Stalkers. This zealot is too fat for the planetary to land on. I mean, do see the drop into the main. This pulls back the full Terran army. So at least he has that going for him. Concussive is about to finish here. Does kill 5 SCVs as well. There's gonna be Vikings soon, no? This base does land, it's gonna morph into the orbital. Kyo's playing a defensive game for now. He caught these units, which is really good. And he really heavily caught them. Like, these stalkers were free fodder. Now, if he could kill this one, yeah, he kills the prism. This is huge. So he shoots down the prism as well. This is all free damage here. I mean, he wants to make Vikings anyways. He doesn't know this yet, but it's Colossi. I guess he saw this thing. Didn't see this one though, but he does have the right intuition here. He's making those Vikings. I already see the fusion core very fast here. Actually already going into Liberators. Maybe he's reading this more into Colossi or Storm. So what am I here on that ramp? Waiting for a connection. Hallucinated Phoenix. He's like, what are you doing? If you're not coming out, I'm just gonna make Nexile. That's his answer for now. Little does he know that he actually needs something to deal with those lips coming in. He's trying to get the info desperately. He sees the double starboard, but he doesn't see what's actually produced. He does not find... He sees one Liberator. He doesn't find that fusion core. He should still have that read, I think. If you see those two starports like that, then you don't really find the Vikings. And you see a Liberator, that should actually be the tell. Okay, yeah man, that guy's going lip. So Colossi not great against Liberator, but also not the worst. They can kind of micro out of these zones still. Meanwhile, Disruptor would be like the worst, right? So... I still don't like the position here for MaxPax. You kind of want to have something like some air units to counter these Liberators. A couple Tempests, or you want to go into Carriers. And look at that, he's making so many Liberators. He's going up into 8 Liberators so fast here. Liberator range. This is a +1 bio into Liberator range. It's so fast. Is there like a... I guess there's like a push he wants to do with this now. He's gonna siege down his tanks a little bit here. Gonna morph the orbital actually, and then he will lift this and go down here. A few Terran units stimming down here. He's already long distance mining. He sees some Stalkers which are coming down there. And there's the Protoss army starting to posture here, trying to pounce on the Terran. But the Terran says, hey man, I am siege. And unless you are break, you won't break me. Ho ho ho. He has so many siege units right now. Making another command set. Oh, this could be a snipe. No, he's only gonna kill the sensor turret. That was a bad blink. He's gonna try to go in with that Warp Prism, run in through some turrets, but he threads the needle correctly here, so there's actually a way back into the main base here. He's rotating now onto that 4th base, so that needs to be lifted for now. Still, he can't really engage these Liberators, and more freedom is coming down here. He has 11 lips at this point. MaxPax making more and more next time. Just setting up. Finally, he's going into that Stargate transition. We already see 3 Stargates here, 2 of them in production and 1 fleet beacon plus 1 air weapons. He's going into DT Blink, and if he loses his army right now, well, he can only remake Zealots really. He needs to take more gases. He needs to get those saturated here. He has some more over here, which he's not using, and these bases he needs to kind of start to get them mining. Even though he has 90 probes, You want to redirect these probes from the main and the natural, keep those resources for later. Because they're so difficult to deny at this stage. But it's easy to poke out a fringe nexus somewhere. At least easier than go into the heart of the Protoss main base. Ah, the Viking and the turret should be enough here to deal with this. You might want to slam down a couple more turrets down here, so there's no way of any entrance here. +2 is done on the damage, but he's still only working with +2 armor here, coming in. Should have +3 damage come on as well. We do see now Storm, Tempest damage against structures. And yeah, the Tempest himself come online. And MaxPax is making a high ground forward position. Cannons, shield batteries. Only one battery, I guess. Kyo does see this. What is he gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it, Kyo? He will accumulate his 700 liberators. He will make a lot of freedom. And they will not connect to a Colossi. Ooh. It's actually making this over here as well. That's kind of funny. But there's the Tempest. So the Tempests are gonna start to put a timer on this Terran force. So he kills the command center. Doesn't really do much else. He loses this position here with these cannons. Now this bio force should just be able to rotate through these areas and cancel these bases here. He cancels the first one. I don't think he knows about the other one. He sees the armor rotating, so he's like, alright, let me go back and set up a defensive position here. Oh, the Zealots are gonna kill this base. That's good recognition there from MaxPax. And whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh man, whoa! Whoa! So the Liberators from behind coming in. The zones are being thrown down. Oh, he still doesn't kill the Colossi. Still doesn't kill the Colossi. He loses all of his Vikings. And he loses to the Zealots on the ground. This is not looking so hot for Q anymore. He still has the large army supply. It's kind of funny. This is probably because there's 8 Liberators in production. Indeed, 4 starports. He's just making Liberator Ghost. We're all the way back to 2019. Lib Ghost all the rage again. Needs better upgrades for those libs. I want to see a second armory if you go 8 libs at the same time. But there's already Tempest. It's like, why would you do this? Now he's also making a bunch of Vikings. He's making so many air units, he definitely needs to get those upgrades. He's only on +2. He's gonna lose this base here, by the way. This will get killed. And this one over here also got killed by a few DTs and Zealots. So, well, he does have more orbitals here to just run over. Oh, there's one coming in. And I guess he just makes more command centers over this side. Trades have been looking decent enough for Cure, just the mining hasn't been looking in his favor at all. MaxPax just controlling the whole map. They're doing a good job. He kills so many of these command centers, which should be cancelled, honestly. Gonna get another one. Yes. Oh, that's some big kills, because look at the money, it's not there. That's 4 command centers, 5 command centers he lost. And 3 were in production. That's definitely a big mistake. Yeah, Terrans haven't really been cancelling their CCs in production, really. Recently, yeah. This factory, by the way, should probably be landed over here. It's just a placeholder nexus. You can also use this for recall, of course. You can use the chrono boost. There's nothing really you can boost right now that makes sense though. He's gonna try to push through the center, not really a big fan of this. It's such a choked up position that Terran is gonna love it. when the Protoss walks units in there each time. Nuke. Getting a nuke. You might be able to take out these defenses very easily with that nuke. There's one storm here. One ghost is get shut down. MaxPax is such a big bank, 5k. But not gas. He's making very gas intensive units. He's still not mining too much gas, to be honest. He has these geysers, but they're not mining. These are not even made. There's the nuke, by the way. Oh wait, does he have more? No, he only has the one Ghost Academy, okay. Yeah, it will just kill these static D things. At least most of them. Now the Protoss rotation has been completed here to the north, but Terran is on the way and he has still an army there in the north, so this could be a flank. Indeed it is, man. Those storms on those sieged up liberators, they're so painful because they last so long and deal a total amount of more damage. Look at that wall of defensive structures here. Like once you scan these positions and your heart must be sinking, honestly. In Germany we say your heart sinks into your trousers, into your pants. That's how deep it sinks. It's when you get really sad. Now let's see if we can make something happen here with the army. Can actually get that trade at least. But the most recent trades, look at this. The command center is dying like that. It's just been all for MaxPax here. He's been doing a really good job. Now he's killing a bunch of these expensive air units. And there's no more liberators left, so no more siege unit here for this army. The Viking is still struggling to deal with the Colossi, finally getting rid of the last one. But there's two more Tempests coming in here from the center. More and more units coming in for MaxPax. Can Cure hold this center position? I don't think the answer is yes. MaxPax will go back for now though. He will let Cure live and see another day because he doesn't want to overcommit himself. Goes into a mothership, 3 more Tempests, 2 more Colossi, another nuke hitting an exterior base, but MaxPax knows this. Oh my god, is he gonna walk into this nuke? No way! No way! No way! Okay, he loses like a zealot. It's not that bad. And he has a group of units over here, a gaggle of guys. They also only kill like a little bit of the defensive structures there, not really the base. So he kills the pylons now, comes in here. Static D is unpowered. His army is kind of committed though, unless he can boost out. He loses 1 medevac full of units though. This base, he tried to take this here in the center. It's the only not taken base. Well, that was kind of impossible. It's already guarded by MaxPax. And he just doesn't let Cure have any base right now. And Cure is starting to mine out. He has this base left and this base left, and that's it. I guess he needs to kind of rebalance his economy a little bit. He wants to win a fight, but simply no AoE means that he's relying so heavily on the engagement to kind of go long. And the Liberators really pulling their value. Repairs the Obser, at least. Cure has so many libs again. 6, 10 Vikings, 32 Marines, so it's a lot. Only about 60 SCVs. He has a bunch of idols as well. Look at that, so many idols. And he will lose this left base. Oh my god, MaxPax pushing in at the right moment. The army wasn't ready. And then mothership recall here. Into the top left side. Now will he lose this army though on the tail end of this fight here? He does lose most of the Colossi, but he kills most of the bio. A nuke? Oh. But the army will get pushed back. The nuke will land. but not on the Pro's army. Man, more and more liberators come in here. He's just making liberator and marines right now. And I guess he made this turret, but this is not a planetary. There's so many SCVs here that can be killed. That tank has had his best days are over now. That bunker is still full. That's gonna be nice. The DT's walking up into the main base and standing on top of the depot. There's gonna be a Stormy on the left. Nope. He had it, but he didn't do it. The DT's inside the main. There's a lot of energy though, so you don't even need to do that. You can just scan it. But yeah, GG here is gonna be called. Q is gonna throw the towel. And MaxPax is gonna take that. 2-0 for now. Can Cure show some brilliance that he showed against Hero? Well, he looked way better against Hero then. I'm not sure. It's like two different Cures playing. Okay, you are in map number 3. MaxPax looking good at 2-0. The top left needs to bring it back, Mr. Cure. Actually, I think I need to do something here real quick. So let me go back to this. Here we are. In the top left, of course, with Q. Need to go AFK in a little bit again, but that's gonna be fine. The girls love my nose, thank you so much. I love it too. It's great. Alrighty. Let's see if MaxPax can close this out in this map here, or on this map. Or if Q can kind of manage a comeback. Into a very early double gas opening here. So we'll see an early factory at a late command center. Might even produce the command center here on the high ground. 10,000 feet has like a funny main base layout. There's like these dead zones. This one in the bottom here, which is not that big, but this is kind of an odd space behind your natural. There's Adept again here for MaxPax. Probably gonna see the double Adept too. And Q actually taking a low ground base here. He didn't make... Oh, he made a Reaper, of course. There we go. He didn't make a Marine this time. So he's gotta be aggressive with the Reaper. On the other side of the map, he's gotta keep the Adept at home, so he can't throw down at command center on the low ground until the Reaper dies, kind of. That's when he's, yeah, gonna expose that one, so he wants to at least have the Reaper survive until that point. He's gonna walk back for now. He could kind of fight with these vision blockers in the middle, but he didn't do it. In the center there of the map. Now, he actually didn't produce the Cyclone yet, so he's gonna start this now. Where he emphasized the Marine production first here. Just gonna be in time to save the Reaper there against that Shade. But 2 Adepts might just commit here. He's focusing on the Marines for some permanent damage. He does get 1. And now the second healthy Adept is coming in here. He really wants to kill that Marine and then Snowball against the SCVs. There's some SCVs fighting though, and one shade was too early, and the shades were not synced, so he loses one adept there. With the Cyclone joining in as well. So it's in a Marine for an adept. It's okay. I think it's actually better for Cure. I like this for Cure. Yeah. Ah, I guess he lost 2 Marines, so maybe it's better for MaxPax because the Marines just scale better, but they're so expandable as well, right? So it doesn't really matter that much. I like it better for Q, I guess. This map has such high contrast, it's crazy. Medevac is gonna drop in. He needs to drop the Reaper because he lost the 2 Marines. Oh, he gets the lock-on a Stalker here. Blink not done yet, but the rest of the Stalkers are gonna push this away, so no kill confirmed. So far, both players extremely conservative with their units. A Viking. Hey, 2 Vikings. Okay, he will go for a push. Oh, he just wants firepower. He might just do a pull with SCVs here. He's gonna pull 3. And that's gonna be it, I guess. Yeah, he just wants firepower right now. That's why he makes Vikings, tanks, and Marines. And it's like an anti-stalker army. Oh, can he get the kill? He does. That's big. Oh, this is looking good for Q already. He might lose that Viking, but maybe he can get to the army. And he does actually, indeed. That's also quite big. That's the second one and can get repaired. Remember the SCVs with the army. He does set up 2 tanks. Might want to throw down a bunker here, but there's gonna be that immortal popping. Gets immediately sniped though, man. The Viking DPS just a little bit too powerful. Remember, they basically hit like siege tanks, DPS wise, sieged up against those armored, against those units on the mechanical side here. Oh, look at that meat grinder! So far only 6, another Viking reinforces into the standing army there of MaxPax. The unpower has been resolved, the power issues. And no more healing here for the Terran army. He needs to turn and fight this. You can't just... Yeah, he's gonna shoot down the gateway. I like this decision. There's a confirmed kill. And then he's gonna lose the rest of the army here. Oh, he scouts the space then, that's good for him. So, he got the most out of that army. And I want to say this was better for Cure, even though the trading doesn't seem to go that way. But he killed a bunch of workers. He's up in the worker department. He's not really down in army. But of course, Terran armies are quite flimsy here. Alright, good. 1 second. Let's get back to the game. Cure looking very solid there on that defense. We want to see Gumiho and Hero. They make great games. They make games differently. I'm from Finland. Since Sarah went too many times. It's time for a change. Clem winning was beautiful. Yeah, I agree. I also like what Classic did last year and how Hero is performing right now. Clem, of course. 2024, the big world champion there. It was really the point to kind of rip the crown from Cyril. It was a really good moment, and then of course Cyril kind of took it back last year in 2025. The last big major event. Maybe he just won that. We don't know yet for sure. Storm on the way here from MaxPax. Gets the first forge going now, I think. And he's sitting tight on those 3 bases. But yeah, Cure also pushing out with his 3rd base here right now. He's gonna take that center position. So he'll kind of stretch himself forward. And this is what I mean with the main. You have like this kind of patch where you lack the vision behind your natural. I kind of want to throw a turret or something down there. Get that high ground vision. He has a couple of turrets down here. He needs to reinforce this side as well with like... That's a lot of turrets you kind of need to place down there. Like 4 or something to really cover this. You can kind of slightly cover this with 2, I guess. 1 over here and 1 over here or something. There, MaxPax rotates into the center. He has some storms stacked up. He wants to start to trade a little bit here. He's actually kind of going around this. These tentacle things have been bled out, so they open up the map now a little bit more. Viking is gonna chase down the Prism. Prism is gonna recall, and the rotation has been fully done. MaxPax though spending a lot of time just walking. And yeah, let's see what he can find here with these Templars. He's trying to kill them with the Marauders only, but the Immortal was ready for that. And in the end he doesn't catch even one of these Templars. A tank sitting over here would be amazing, wouldn't it? Is he gonna drop them there? No. He just brings them with the army. Oh, if he can catch this Prism! Oh, that's a big catch! That's a big catch, that's so many Zealots. That's a lot of money. Storm waiting though. Kills no units. And he loses the Templar. He might intercept the reinforcements. Maybe he's gonna get caught though if this is gonna be the perfect turnaround here from Cure. Cure loses a few Marauders and he will keep on pushing. He's gonna set up the tanks from behind, and he does have a couple of Vikings only. They're landed though. He does get a cancel on this base. Yep, it's not a kill. And now the Holy Storm powers pushing in here. Zealot's rotating to the north. Is he stretching himself too thin? He wants to deal damage so badly. That's a lot of Zealots actually. He will kill a bunch of SCVs. 9 SCVs, 10 SCVs are falling. Zealots really shred them fast, man. It's crazy. But he also loses a lot of these SCVs. Now, if this army can get reinforced, right? That's always the vision with the Terrans. They have their kind of point where they can get a good defensive setup going. They will anchor that position and then they'll kind of destroy something there, have a goal and get that goal. And then they'll stay there with the army because they can't move back. They're committed to the position. And if you can get that reinforcement going, well then it's your whole army again and it's super powerful. Or if you can get the evacuation, right? You can get back home, you can get that 4th command center going, and you're just so happy because you cancelled that base. It was a really good move. It didn't really cost much. He had some good trades on the way, and he cancelled the base on top of that, so some tempo advantage. MaxPax really needs to mine these minerals here, by the way. He needs to get one of those guys going on that. Wanna have that open for some rotations for your own army. Couple of minutes, I need to do something again. That's gonna be the last turn though. So no more tanks coming in here. Kinda wanna put a barracks on that, I feel. He's making the barracks over here though, so he's abandoning an add-on. Factory could have stayed there. He wants him to be a vision spotter here. And at this point I really would love to see these tanks kind of be inside the mineral line or like over here to have the rain over there as well for any rotation. Now MaxPax is setting this up like a flank. He's gonna come from 2 sides here. And that command center is just lifted. So he wants to take this north side. It's being pushed and this... Oh my god, these Zealots on stand ground. They're eating big EMPs. And a lot of tank fire actually. This is not working for MaxPax yet. This looks really good on the defense. The tanks are doing so much damage there. And the other flank has been reset as well. Pushed back here. Planetary is starting to morph, but it's not done yet. Some good storm here. But a nice counter EMP. He still has one storm almost ready there on one of these Templars. This map is kind of running out fast. And you're not gonna get this base. The Terran is gonna get this base. This base is gonna be difficult to take. It's actually rather easy to split for the Terran, it feels like. You can stretch really fast here. 10,000 feet into all of these corners. Now MaxPax trying to push in here. At the same time, he's coming from the other direction as well. But the Planetary did finish up during all of this. And is anchoring this position here. Keep him safe there. We have the triple starboard coming in. One starboard of course finished up, and the fleet beacon on the way with 2 additional ones. Plus 1 on the way. Oracle number 1, and I think the only one coming in here. 3-3, about halfway done, and just started on the armor there for MaxPax. 3-3 for Kyo. Kyo is skipping the defense upgrade. He's like, alright man, I only need the weapons. That's all I need. Plus 2 armor is gonna be fine enough. And we'll already go into that Liberator strategy. He's going into more and more command centers. Now he's using this area already for the marine production there, but he's producing more and more command centers, making walls, buildings here. He wants to probably saturate this a little bit higher. Like he has some oversaturation over here. This is like almost mined out. He's actually not on a high SV count. 63 is quite low. And yeah, MaxPax is gonna use his siege composition again, so this is gonna be quite difficult. And he's already starting to kill some zealots, because he wants to have that additional supply. War Prism dropping in zealots here. That second turret unfortunately not ready there. Just in time basically for MaxPax to come in and do a drive-by here. At the same time, he wants to push at the front, but this Congo line is not supposed to work here. Prism standing behind. Need a Viking for this one. He has the Vikings, just need to send one up there. But Kyo's like, alright man, I just killed so much of your army in such an efficient way. I can just do like a little bit of pushing here. What the F? You saw the stasis? He had the scan there, it was revealed. What is this? What is he thinking? Alright. 1 second, right? Okay. There we go. So let's jump back into this game. There we are. He's trying to push in and the units are about to unfreeze, but I couldn't foresee a storm. There was a flank though from the north with a perfect EMP. All of these High Templars have been pushed into zero with their energy. And this Terran army is just a little bit too powerful, it seems like. Only 8 Zealots and the Colossi are surviving here. He's trying to reinforce as many units as he can, but 18 gates, he definitely has the production. He can make as many units as he wants, but is it gonna be enough? He can make like 30 supply in one swoop. But that might just be not enough here. Alright, we're gonna see one more EMP. Yep, that's a good one. Archons are quite low there as well. 24 Zealots. There's a couple of High Templars. He's trying to flank this with the Zealots here, coming from the top as well. But the bio on the left is just too powerful. There's so much gun firepower there, hitting at the same time. He needs to be careful though. The right flank has been decimated here. Zealots coming in for the charge. One storm there. Quite nice in the center of that army, and one Colossi has to deal with a lot of low health units, but it's just a little bit too much there from Cure. Units are not dying, and well, that escalated quickly there. Remember, there was a push from MaxPax that went sour, and basically Cure just pulling through with a counterattack, just overwhelming there in a snowball. That went very well for Kyoya with a comeback. You've got 100,000 secret fans or even more. That would be lovely. That would be lovely. We got a 1-2 situation here. Alrighty. So let's hop into the next map here. In this best of 5, it's Tourmaline. In the top right, we've got MaxPax. In the bottom left, it's Cure. Hero performing was so nice to watch. I almost cried. Yeah, Hero is really an exciting person also to see. It's always cool when people like him actually do these championship runs and like take trophies, because they just are players who are fun. Like if they are in a game, sometimes the games are terrible. Like let's say 10% of the games are trash, but there will be only 20% of the games that are average, and 70% of the games are gonna be high quality. And when you have players like that, the game just is amazing. Like it's just so fun to watch. And then he does I think he did the backflip or something, right? Didn't he do one? He did one. Oh no, he did like a, I don't know, like a wheel or something. A spin. Yeah, he had such a good mood there. You could really see it. It was an amazing feeling. An amazing vibe he gave off. He's an old dude, man. He's like, I think he's almost as old as I am. 33 or so? 34? Somewhere around those. He's really old. I wouldn't do that. I was a little bit sad about the format of the tournament. It was just a one chance KO tournament. I was kind of hoping for a double elimination, not a single elimination. There was of course only invitational tournaments, so no qualifications. I hope they do more stuff, but yeah, like, hey, I just hope they do more stuff. Like those ones. I hope they find some good sponsors. It's of course like the worst time for Oliveira to quit StarCraft, right? Because he made so many fans with his championship, then the server was offline, and now the server's back online, and StarCraft is kind of growing again in China. But the time is like, or Oliveira is like, man, I'm gonna retire because there's no EPT anymore, and EWC doesn't, it's like so uncertain and stuff. So he of course came back for the Legends match, but yeah. I think he got manhandled, didn't he? I didn't see the games yet. I didn't want to spoiler myself. I only watched the results. Yeah, I didn't want to spoil myself with the actual games. So I wanna if I can get the games at hand, the replays, I wanna cast them. Seems like I can't find them for now though. Okay, so the Reaper did explode in the main base and he killed 2 probes. Meanwhile, we do have a delay on this command center here with its depth. And it will survive. So, yeah, I like this always better for the guy who gets the delay on the command center because it's so huge. I mean, look at this, it's still not done. And that's like at least 1 probe of production cycle worth of a delay. Of course he deserved it. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. I'm just sad that it was so little games. For like a tournament with that kind of audience, right? And on that stage. Would have been amazing to have like a group stage before and like really a big build up and lead up, you know. But it was only 2 days, I think, right? So a very short tournament. Like having something on that scale over like 4 days or 6 days is always like, feels like really cool, you know? It really feels epic in the end, whoever wins. Kind of adds another layer of epicness to all of that. Okay, so Blink is gonna finish up here. There's the 4-stalker hit squad, and he's gonna use that warp prism, of course, to try and drop them into the main base and get some SCV damage here. This time, Cure, like the Terrans have been making walls with the buildings, but this time there's no real big wall here. He still needs to throw down like additional production facilities. There's gonna be the barracks, and there should be a second barracks in production soon, and then an engineering bay coming as well. There's gonna be Cloak though, so this is a little bit different. Cloak and Banshees. So he's harassing the natural. That's actually working in Cure's favor right now. Oh, he sees the Banshee! Okay, he's just gonna push with this? I guess? Oh, you don't want to lose these Marines. That's free kills. That's free damage. You don't really want to lose those. He lost 2 Marines. They're kind of unnecessary. Oh, a lock-on on that is gonna be a kill. He has the speed with the Banshee. He's actually gonna cloak this. He reveals the cloak with this, but he also says, I want to have the confirmed kill. And now he can push with this army if he decides to walk across the map, please. Why is he not moving? Oh, so he goes back. He says like, alright, I killed this. I'm gonna make 4 barracks. And then he's gonna push, I guess. He has 3 tanks. What's this? He's making stim now? It's a big all-in. Is this gonna be an SCV? But I mean, look at this. He has only barely a full saturation here on this. He has so many guys working right now. He didn't even make enough supply posts to produce so many things at once here right now. He did stop making tanks. He will make, actually lift this. Is he gonna make a command center? Wait, this is so weird, man. He's like redeciding as well. Like, wait, am I doing this or that now? Am I going aggressive or defensive now? So he kills the prism, says like, alright, I have this cloaked Banshee. I can deal damage with this. So I don't actually need to commit my army right now. And I feel powerful enough with the army and with that kill on the prism that I can just fake push you. So he moved out a little bit. He knows MaxPax has to react, so he had to warp in a bunch of units. But I feel like Perus is still more flexible in that situation, so I'm not sure if I really like this choice. I think there was a lot of opportunity to basically just push through. So he throws down, what, 4 additional barracks, right? So he's sitting at 6 barracks, I think. There's 2 in the natural. And he's gonna make a huge second wave. Still making a lot of SCVs. He has more than 50 SCVs on 2 bases. He has no third base, so he's gonna pull them. And I just wonder why he stopped creating tanks. So he will have a big stim combat shield push. He will have double medevac production. And he will have so many units here in this fight. Now there's gonna be Storm though. Storm is done, there's 4 High Templars, they all have energy for at least one Storm. Oh, Storm isn't done yet. 5 seconds though, it will be done in a moment. Before the bunkers or anything. There's the first storm. Very nice there on that tank. Will definitely kill the first tank. The second tank also is kind of exposed, but... so many bio units though. Kind of dying on the tail end of that storm. This Archon should have a lot of kills. One Templar there with 1 kill. 6 kills there on the Archon. Only 1 medevac trying to heal this one. Already 16 SCVs have been killed off, so most of the SCV wall is gone in that first engage, and now it's only flimsy marines left. No bunkers were created to try and stay in this position. As I said, he did not make more tanks, so in the end the tanks are actually not, the firepower of those tanks is not there. And he also didn't push with the Banshees. The Banshees came in like harassment tools, so that DPS is also missing here on the front line, and it's really powerful against something like Zealot and Immortal to have some Banshees in your army actually. So in the end, this is a defense, and if it's a defense, it's gonna be game over, because there's nothing really Cure can do with this. He's still trying to follow this up with just more units, but he doesn't even have enough SCVs for a second pull. There's more and more Storm accumulating here. He's trying to snipe single high Templars, but the longer the time goes, the more units are gonna be there for MaxPax. He's catching up an army supply. Slowly but surely, and he still has that big worker lead, almost doubling, I think doubling the probes here. More than that even. He's gonna start a counterattack now, he's gonna kill even more workers from his opponent just for a very tiny investment there. And delaying the reinforcements, you see this is the last bit of the reinforcements, the rest have to kind of deal with this. And yeah, Kyo has so many medevacs, I'm not sure why he, like, it makes sense to get that for a moment, that medevac production, but what do you need it for now? He has so much healing power, but so little firepower, and he's making more medevacs. He's on autopilot, and this autopilot unfortunately is gonna crash into a mountain very soon here, and that's not where you want to be as the Terran player. He's getting pushed back to his own base here, another storm into that bioforce. He's getting concussive now, he forgot that one for the first fight. Oh man, things are looking grim, and he's still producing more medevacs. He has enough, he has 6 medevacs, you don't need a 7th, you don't need an 8th, you need more, like even tanks would be better. Swap it for the double Widowmine production, make Vikings. Vikings are cheaper now. Make Liberators, anything, he's making medevacs still. He stopped SCV production, he's only at 25 workers. I mean, he doesn't really have anything to saturate at this point anyways, but Zealots are gonna have +1 here in a moment. They're gonna come in, they're gonna kill more SCVs even. I'm gonna focus now on those SCVs, they're gonna really take the turbo out of that engine here for Liquid Cure, and there's one more drop trying to do magic across the map, but this Protoss army is already so beefy, the base is so complicated to walk through and drop into. And there's gonna be another form of AoE very soon here. Ghost Academy making more SCVs? Kyo is desperate to try and hang on in this game, but he didn't do nearly enough damage to actually be able to stay here more than the next 5 minutes maybe. I mean, he's not producing anything, look at this. He's producing 2 SCVs and a Ghost Academy, that's all. You're always producing units as a Terran. Unless you're maxed. Yeah, GG is gonna be called, that's gonna be it here. MaxPax does take this best of 5.